Hey YouTube, it's Yugioh. Today to bring you a deck profile on scrap pendulums. And sorry you guys hear the music in the background. My sister decided she's so cool and she put the music on very loud. So anyways, hope you guys can hear my voice instead of music. Just ignore that please. And let's get to the deck profile. So right now there's no side deck, I'm still working on that. And this deck's only missing two cards, which is two Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragons. And they're dropping down in price. I'm going to wait a little bit longer to see how much he will drop in Secret Rare, because Secret Rare right now he's like 11 bucks. So yeah. But anyways, for the deck, you run 3 Orthros. Orthros is basically a Cyber Dragon in the deck, but when special summoned by his effect, he can pop a Scrap Monster on the field, and when this guy is destroyed, you can add a Scrap from your deck to your hand. I mean, from your graveyard to your hand, sorry. And he is a 1700 beater, and he is a tuner. Free Scrap Chimera. Scrap Chimera is basically like a junk synchron deck. You can bring back a Scrap Monster from your graveyard, and and he cannot be used for a Synchro Monster that is not a Scrap Synchro. And when he's normal summon, you can select one Scrap tuner in your grave from your graveyard and special summon it. And he is a 1700 beater as well. I got these guys are pretty cheap. I got it for like 23 bucks. I got like most of the stuff I got yesterday. Because I picked these 3 guys up and those 3. I picked up 3 Twin Dragons and a, what was it, Scrap Yard. I picked those all up for 23 bucks. Pretty cheap, pretty good. And from my vendor. So anyways, free Scrap Goblin. Basically like a Spear Reaper, kinda. But you set him face down, this card cannot be destroyed in battle. If this face up attack position card is what its attack target get destroyed, and since he is destroyed by a scrap effect that's his own, you can add 1 Scrap tuner from your deck, and from your graveyard and add to your hand. Why am I keep saying in front of the deck? 2 beasts, I'm just missing 1 more. I think 2 is enough. I may just take 1 goblin out for a 3rd beast. But basically the same thing as Scrap Goblin, and yeah. 2 Scrap Golem, but it's basically a monster reborn. Once a turn, select one level 4 lower Scrap Monster in your grave, and special it to either player's side of the field. So pretty good. And finally, for the last scrap is 2 Scrap Column. This guy is pretty good at Scrap Factory, because when this card is no its own, destroy it. There you go. If this card is destroyed by the effect of Scrap card and sent to the grave, you can select 1 Scrap Monster in your grave, except him, and add it to your hand. So he is a 2000 beer too, and since he is destroyed by his own effect, you get add 1. And if you have Supply Squad, you get draw 1, and then if you have Factory out, you get to replace him. So yeah, pretty good overall. So that's pretty much it for all the scraps. And for the last few cards, you run 2 Time Gazer, 2 Star Gazer, and for the replacements of Odd Eyes, 2 Trampolinks. Pretty good pendulum. So that rounds up all the monsters. I believe that's 20 monsters. And for the spells, you run Free Factory. Pretty good card. All scraps gain 200 attack and defense. And when a face-up scrap monster or monsters on the field is destroyed by a card effect in center grave, except during the damage step, you special 1 scrap monster from your deck and will use the effect of Scrap Factory once per turn. So pretty good. Free Scrapyard. Basically like a tuning, but you add 1 Scrap tuning from your deck to your hand. Free Scrap Storm. Pretty good card. You select target 1 Scrap Monster you control, send 1 Scrap Monster from your deck to the grave, then draw 1 card and destroy that monster you targeted. So, we say you send Scrap Golem to the graveyard, and you have Goblin out or Beast. You destroy Beast, add back that Golem or Chimera, and you draw one card. So that rounds up all the scrap spells. And for the non-scrap spells, you run Free Supply Squad, stable. 1 Soul Charge. Attack I added in, and that's Scapegoat. My friend Brandon, he used to play scrap pendulums before me, and I always thought the deck was pretty interesting. It is a parallel super rare, no, ultra rare, sorry, yeah, from Hobby Week 5. Just in case you guys thought it was fake, but it's not. Yeah, he said running Scapegoat isn't a bad idea at all. Like stalls, just in case you get into a dead draw, and yeah, it's a very good stall card in this deck. Foolish Burial, pretty good card. And finally, for the last free is MST. Just get rid of back row. And for the last free, traps. Because traps do kind of affect scraps a lot. So you run Free Decree. Because Decree just protects your scraps from anything. So they can't be deprisoned, mirror force, whatever. So yeah. Decree is like my favorite trap right now, probably. Just because it like locks down your opponent. You're like, fuck you, you ain't doing anything like that. Scrap Archwing. Just because he's a big beater and he gets a scrap. Starter Spark Dragon. 1 Barkion, because everything in here is Earth type. Because all the scraps are Earth type. And during every play turn, when a trap card is activated, you can banish 2 cards from your graveyard. And get activation, and if you do, destroy it. Cataster. Crimson Border, because you go into a lot of 8s. Goyo Guardian, because you could probably summon out him if you have Trample Links and Beast out. Armades, if you have Trample Links and Goblin out. Black Rose. Stardust Dragon. Times Free Twin Dragon. These are ultis, they're very beautiful. They're like $5 each. In their first heads. And finally, for the last card is their pretty much their main boss, and that's Free Scrap Dragon. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed this deck profile. I'll probably be doing an update once I get a side deck ready to go, and once I get the Odd Eyes Pendulums, and I should probably be fixing up the extra deck by then. But right now this is just a fun build. But I hope you guys enjoy this deck profile. Make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it if you guys do. And this is Yugioh, signing off. Peace.